Hey, welcome to the Huntsville Hustle podcast, where we celebrate stories of grit, growth, and greatness here in Huntsville's business scene. And we have someone on the show today as part of a skyrocketing market that is expected to hit almost $9 billion this year. That's a B, not that M word, billion. And my guest today is Ashley Hunt-Poole, the CEO and founder of Mocktails for Mommy.
Hey everybody.
Thanks for coming on the show. Can I borrow a couple bucks?
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we just met, so maybe you get to know me a little bit. So I love the name of the business. That's very cool. Tell us, we might be able to figure it out, but tell us what all you offer and why you started the business.
Yeah, so I started Mocktails for Mommy actually during the pandemic while I was pregnant. I couldn't go anywhere, and I started making mocktails online, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. And like a light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, this is something. And people kept telling me, like, you're on to something. And literally, I went to a wine festival. I saw that there weren't any wine, like alcohol-free wine options. And I said, I'm just going to create my own. And so I launched my own alcohol-free wine. I have canned mocktails and so much more. And literally from there, we've just been booming.
Wow. That's awesome right there. The pandemic, so many people did some pivots and switches and things like that. A lot of bad things happened. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of good things came out of that when people kind of saw that, hey, this is an untapped market. I'm gonna fill in there. Where can we find your products? I know they're everywhere. Where's some of the highlights? Where can we find them?
Yes, so locally we're in a lot of grocery chains. We're in Wine Cellar, Wine Rack, Star Market, but my biggest retailer is in Sam's Club in Alabama, Arkansas, and Louisiana. So that's really awesome.
Tell them again if they hadn't heard of this place. What's that little small place you said?
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club. Man, you were where the mommies are.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Man. Yeah. That's huge right there. Congratulations. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
So for this, what did you do before you had your business?
My goodness, I was just like in school and working, like just like a typical mom, working full time, going to school full time. And I've always been that type of person that's like always trying to come up with stuff to do. I tell people I got ADHD and autism, so I'm all over the place, literally, seriously. Like my mind's just always going. So like I'm just coming up with ideas to keep myself busy. And this was one that just stuck.
There you go. I think if you come across a lot of entrepreneurs, they got that same brain where they are all over the place and they finally find something that sticks. Yeah. That's great. Man, I find a bunch of ideas, they don't stick. So I just keep doing it.
Well, just keep going. Keep going.
Maybe I got to keep looking. So what makes Huntsville a great place for your business?
Oh my gosh. Huntsville is the best place. Well, I tell people Huntsville is the best place for anybody with a business, right? This is the melting pot where you're going to get a little bit of everything. And it's like just growing. People are coming from everywhere. And that for me helps me with my business because I'm tapping into maybe people that would never even try it, right? People that's moving from DC and California, they're here and have the opportunity to try my brand. And then they go and they're sharing it out to more and more people. So I love Huntsville. This is like the place. A lot of people hear Alabama and they're like, no, Huntsville is like the spot. So I'm not trying to tell people to keep moving down here because we're full, but this is the place to be.
Y'all come visit, get you some mocktails from mommy and go on back, spread the word.
Right, don't stay. Just grab a bottle and go.
There's a few other brands. We're not going to talk about them, but what kind of makes you different from your competition?
Absolutely. So we are a completely alcohol-free beverage company. So what is currently on the market is non-alcoholic, which means that it starts off as an alcoholic beverage and then they remove it. They either chemically strip it or they burn it to a really high temperature, but you can't get all of the alcohol content out. And so we are just completely alcohol free. We've never had alcohol in our product, and it's really in the formulation, how we create our wine. So we are definitely different, 100% different. And we have no sugar added, no artificial colorings or flavoring. And we're vegan and gluten friendly. So everybody can enjoy Mocktails from Mommy.
Man, across the board. That's a big distinction for a lot of people right there. That they need that zero alcohol. So that's something I didn't know. That's why people need to go with you. So I know you love when people come in and they do the one-off and buy a bottle here and buy a bottle there. What are some businesses you would like to work with in Huntsville?
So I really want to work with more like places that do massages or where it's like very relaxing and you get a facial or, even people that like working out and stuff, because We're here to fill the gap in the market because you want to be able to have alcohol-free fun, right? That's where I come in. So if you're going to get your nails done and you just want to go and relax, you don't want to have all that icky booze. You want to be able to have something that's alcohol-free and delicious. This is where I come in. So massage parlors, nail salons, restaurants, like I want to really be everywhere where people that are looking for that alcohol-free, me, I need to be there.
Hey, y'all heard her. Get connected with her. Come on there. Y'all can partner up. Let's grow this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, before we can't afford her. We gotta get in here before we can't afford her. So do it while you can. Hey, before she's off in those big breaks. She's already in Sam's. Got to get her while you hot. So if you could change one thing about the business environment in Huntsville, what would it be?
I would say more collaboration. Like you said, we need more strategic partnerships. And when I say strategic, you want to work with somebody that shares the same vision and goal as you. I tell people all the time, I'm not in it for the money. You know, the money will come. That's always been my philosophy. So I just don't want to partner with you because it's just going to make us money. I want to partner with you because we all have a shared common goal together. And I think that's something that we need more in Huntsville, strategic partnerships. Let's grow together. I think that's what we need.
I love it. That's why we started this podcast. That's what we're trying to do. There's so many awesome businesses around here. If they just knew each other and worked together, some really cool things could happen.
Absolutely.
So that's what it's all about. You know, so we're gonna keep going forward together. So I know you got them. So what's your biggest pain point as a business owner right now?
Pain point, honestly, is money. It's money. Believe it or not, it is money. The beverage industry is very expensive. It's very, very expensive. And I am fortunate enough to have been able to tap into the market with very low funding because I'm self-funded. I don't have any loans or anything. I'm doing this all on my own. I work a full-time job, all the things. But really funding is a big pain point because, you know, you might get a purchase order from a big retailer and they're like, hey, we're ready to go. We're going to put you in 1,000 stores. And you're like, oh, crap. Like, what does that look like? So that for me, that's really a big pain point. Like the money, it's hard. This is hard. It's hard business.
I hear you. Would you take on investors?
So I've had a few people reach out saying that they would like to be an investor, and one being a very large TV show. But I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. I'm slowly moving. I have that slow grow approach, but I know eventually we're going to have to bring on some big bucks and someone that can really help shift this business where it needs to go, for sure.
I like it. Slow and steady is the way to go. So you figure it out till you're ready. When you're ready, you're ready. So what's been your proudest moment as an entrepreneur?
I would say actually a couple weeks ago, Sam's Club and Walmart actually invited me to home office to participate and become kind of like a mentor in a sense. And my product was literally sitting on the pedestal in the front audience right next to like Milo's, which everybody knows Milo's, right? Yeah. And for me, that was an aha moment. I was like this little idea has grown into this big like thing. So I think that was like my moment where I'm like, I'm really doing something. So
I mean, they literally put you on a pedestal, man. That's huge. That's awesome. Yeah, that's got to be a good feeling. I mean, Milo's is, that's a worldwide brand. Right.
Absolutely.
You're right there, neck and neck. So, is there an app or a piece of technology you use that's really helped your business?
App or technology? Not really. Facebook,
never worked.
Instagram, because like I do my own market. I do my own everything. I'm a one-woman army and show. So I use a lot of like Facebook, Instagram just to do my marketing and get my business out there. I'll use a lot of CapCut to do all my videos. So if you see me running up and down the aisles at Sam's Club, my husband's recording me and then I go home and I put it all together. I'm really like a self-sufficient person because, like when you first start off, you don't want to just start giving your baby to these random people. I'm very like hands-on. So I'm like, let me keep my hands on everything. So those are like the apps I kind of use, but not a lot.
That's where your customers are. That's where you need to be, right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? So on the other side, kind of a personal thing, is there a habit you do or kind of a routine that's really helped you?
A lot of prayer, meditation, and not well journaling, but like writing down my thoughts. I actually have a notepad right next to my bed, and a lot of my ideas come to me like while I'm sleeping, and so I'll wake up and be like, oh shoot, that's a good idea, and I'll write it down so I won't forget. So a lot of like journaling and just doodling and figuring out like how I want my label to be. Like I've designed my own label and everything. So a lot of pen and paper is kind of what I use to get me flowing.
Old school. I like it. Get it out of the head and get it on some paper. I mean, that can be so helpful sometimes if you just get all those swirl around. Sometimes they leave before you can write them down. So you got to get them out of there. Man, it's happened to me. That's happened to me. So is there someone you'd like to thank for helping you become successful?
I would definitely say my grandmother would definitely be like my number one person that I would say thank you, because if it wasn't for her, I would have never even made it from St. Louis to Huntsville, because that's where I originally, born and raised. I came down here to go to school. So I definitely wanted to say thank you to her, because she allowed me to kind of figure my life out and all the things. Amazing lady. Great. And then of course my husband, because he's amazing. Shout out to all the husbands out there and men that are supporting their significant others that's trying to just like do something. I mean, my husband's amazing because he just said, Ashley, do whatever.
There you go. And you need me to film you in the aisles? I got you.
Yeah, just do whatever. He's not embarrassed by it too. At this point, he's just like, hey y'all, just gonna go run up and down the aisle. Just want to let y'all know. Like, it's just a thing, So I appreciate that. Just let me be who I am.
There you go. That's the way marriage should work, right?
Yeah,
that's the way it works. Sure. You know what you're getting into when you bought into this marriage. You know who I was.
See, and he's along for the ride. He's loving it, because when I get to go places, he gets to benefit from it. Like, we went to Walmart, he had a blast. Like, it was fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. Dream team right there. That's good. Y'all work together on that. So is there someone in the local business community that you admire?
Oh my God. It's so many. Don't do that. Oh my gosh.
So maybe two or three then. Maybe two or three. I'll limit you.
I have several. The very first person that I just want to say thank you to and that I admire and appreciate is Brandy and Jason from the Wine Cellar, because they were the very first business that gave me an opportunity to put my product on the shelf. And I tell people that all the time. It just takes one. And so the support that they have given me, like going to shoot some of my videos and just being supportive and all the things, I mean, they are amazing. So I definitely want to shout them out and say that I appreciate them and I admire them for what they've been able to do with their brand and their business and to grow. Also, had to shout out my friend Kayla, who owns Lay Beauty Bar in Walmart. She has Lay Hair Care. I admire her because she's doing the thing. And so I appreciate her that she's pushing me to keep going. So, yeah, for sure. Those folks.
That's great. Like you said, it just takes one. I think that's such an important business thing to remember when you're you got these big goals. Hey, it just takes that one. And that could be the domino that gets everything rolling.
Absolutely.
Right?
Just one.
Shout out to Wine Cellar. They've been around forever for a reason. There's a reason they've been around forever.
Yeah.
So if you could get your products into the hands of any celebrity in the world, who would that be?
Okay, so I would go with the generic answer and say Beyonce, because, it's Beyonce. But I'll just go with Beyonce. Like, I think if Beyonce had my product, she tried it, she would probably help me generate a whole lot of funds. So definitely Beyonce.
Beyonce's got a picture with your product on Instagram. You're going to be all right.
Forever.
Yeah. It's hard to go wrong with Beyonce on there. So let's say they're like, all right, you've motivated me. I'm going to start a small business. What advice would you give that person?
Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before you do it. Okay. Do a lot of research. And that's really, a lot of people think that I've had a lot of help, like outside help with my business. No, it was Google. Like, Google is my best friend. If I cannot figure out something, I'm going to go on Google and figure it out. Also, get on the phone and start calling people. Ask those questions, because a lot of times, a lot of people just don't know. So you got to go directly to the source. So if I wanted to learn about taxes and how to set up a business license, I Googled, but then I also called cities and like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Can you help me? That has always been my philosophy, and that's what has helped me. So you got to get out there and do that legwork, if you really want to take your business to the next level.
Oh yeah. If someone has done something in the history, it's on Google. You can figure out how to do it too. And then I think you'll be surprised how many people will help you on your journey when you let them know what you want to do and how they can help. Yeah, I think you'd be blown away. I think people are afraid to ask, so I'm glad you're not afraid to ask.
Mm-mm.
So I know people are listening right now. They want to know, well, how do I get your products? How can I get a hold of these things?
Absolutely. So you can go to all of our locations in Huntsville. We have a website, mocktailsformommy.com. And then also you can go to Sam's Club and get your Sam's. If you don't have a Sam's Club card, get one so you can buy the product. But at Sam's Club here in Huntsville, so 3 locations in Alabama. We're in Arkansas and Louisiana. So that's the best way to get our product. But go to our website. We're having a sale and we want you guys to go and get a bottle or 5.
There you go. Why get one when you could get 5?
Exactly.
You're saving money. You're saving money by buying more. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. I think it's very motivating for people that, hey, I had an idea and I'm running with it. I'm not going to stop till I get there. So I think it's very motivating. And you just got all that. And you're self-taught. Like you said, you don't have an MBA and this background. You just went to Professor Google and say, can you help me?
Just go for it. That's why I said go for it. Go for it, people. Just do it.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for coming on here, sharing your energy and enthusiasm and your awesome frames. That was great to see those. So, hey, if you guys are listening right now, go to that website, see if you can pick up some of those products and share this episode with somebody. Maybe they can help her get it in some other states and some. We need to get them in some salons and things like that. People need to relax and get those products. So, thank you for coming on to share your story. You guys share this episode, keep supporting local, and we'll see you guys next week on the Huntsville Hustle podcast.